All right, we are ready for Chapter 9, Lesson 7, page 545 in your Volume 2 GoMath books. And we are looking at equivalent fractions. I can draw circles and shade area models to show equal groups and to find equivalent fractions. And we are still going to rely on our fraction everyday math cheat sheet because I still think that is a great resource to use. So let's jump right into this problem. Cole bought a submarine sandwich to the picnic. He brought it to the picnic. I guess he didn't buy it. He shared the sandwich equally with 3 friends. The sandwich was cut into eighths. What are 2 ways to describe the parts of the sandwich that each friend ate? Now, here's a little bit of a trick in this, and got to be careful with some of these problems that had the tendency to do this. Okay, Cole brought the submarine to share equally with 3 of his friends, and so automatically you think that there's going to be 3 people, but Cole is the 4th person. Okay, so how many people? That's 4. Okay. Cole grouped the smaller pieces into 2s. Draw circles to show equal groups of 2 pieces to show what each friend ate. All right, so we're just going to assume that the sandwich shop divided this into 8 equal pieces. All right, so what is each friend going to get, or what is their part? Well, we got one friend that's going to get this part right here. And let's see if we can't make that fit right there. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to get another friend that's going to get this section right here. Another one. Right there. And finally, this 4th piece right here. Okay, so there are 4 equal groups. Each group is 1/4 of the whole sandwich. So each friend could eat, or 1/4 of the sandwich. All right, so here's 1/4 and 1/4, 1/4 and 1/4. So, how many eighths did each friend eat? All right, well, we've divided it into 4, but each of these 4 are also divided. All right, so here is 1/8, and here's another 1/8, and there are the rest of the eighths. Okay, so just looking up here at the 1/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So 4 over 4 is equal to the 1, or whole sandwich that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over 8 also describes the whole sandwich. So going back to this one, how many eighths did each friend eat? Well, they ate 2 eighths. All right, so when one friend ate this quarter section, or 1/4, okay, it was actually 1/8 and then another 1/8, which makes it 2 eighths. So 1/4 and 2 eighths are equivalent fractions since they both name the same amount of the sandwich. So 1/4 and 2/8 of the sandwich are two ways to describe the parts of the sandwich that each friend ate. All right. Let's look at something down here. All right. Circle the equal groups and write an equivalent fraction. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would say in this one right here, all right, since we have 4 that are shaded, and then 4 that are not shaded, all right, we have 2 groups. And one of those groups are unshaded, and one of the groups are shaded. So 1/2. Now, we can always go back to our chart right here and take a look. We had 4/8. All right, 4/8 right there. And one way to really utilize this chart, all right, is to look at where does it end? And I'm going to draw a little line right here. I mean, we can come all the way up here. Okay, where did it end up at? Well, look right here. It also ended right here. All right, so we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10. All right, so 5/10 is a fraction that is equivalent to 1/2. All right. What about, where else can we move this thing to? Here. Right here. 1, 2, 3/6. All right. So 3/6 is also an equivalent fraction. Do we have any others? Let's see. There's 2/4. All right, it wouldn't be the 5th, all right, because there's 1, 2, and then this one still, see, it still kind of goes out over here. So 2/5 is not going to be one. 2/4 is, though. So even though it might be easier for some people to see the drawings and all that, others may still rely on that fraction chart and some of the tricks along the way that will show you how to use multiplication and division to find equivalent fractions. All right, let's move along here and see what we have here. Heidi ate 3/6 of her fruit bar. Molly ate 4/8 of her fruit bar. Which is the same size? That's really important. Okay, so we have 2 fruit bars that are the same size. Which girl ate more of her fruit bar? Well, I have a little bit more of a luxury here than you do, where I can actually move some pieces around, but we're going to shade 3/6 of Heidi's fruit bar right here. 3/6 right there. And we'll get that one, we'll get it shaded in. I will just go with a gray for right now. And then, let's see, shade 1/6 of the fruit bar and then 4/8 of Molly's fruit bar. Which one is bigger? Well, based on some of the things that we had just said in the previous section, I know that 3/6 and 4/8 are the same thing. I can take this right here, right, and it fits perfectly right over top there. All right, so is 3/6 greater than, less than, or equal to 4/8? Well, I bet some of you even already knew this before. All right, that is equal to. So both girls ate the same amount. Let's take a look at one other thing here. Each shape is one whole. Oh goodness, so we're going to get into some of this right here. So we have this is a whole and this is a whole. Write equivalent fractions for the shaded parts of the model. So let's pull in a kind of a familiar model here, and let's see if we can't make this work. I have no idea if this is going to work, but I bet we can figure it out together. All right, so in the original question, we need to find 6/3 is equal to something over 6. All right, and each of these represents one whole. So how many wholes are there? All right, right here we have 1 and 2. All right, so we have 2 wholes. All right, and that would be right here. Each whole is divided into blank equal parts. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And let's go ahead for those right there just to keep everything consistent. We'll make those orange. All right. Or actually, it needed to be green, so we'll switch over here to green. All right. So there are 3 equal parts. And we'll get that color changed here also. And then the total number of parts. So what is the total number of parts that we have? Well, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 total pieces right there. All right, so 6/3. Now, let's take that same reasoning, all right, and make some changes along the way. So all that we have done right now, okay, with this right here is that we've divided it, each one of these, into halves. All right. So we took this one right here and said, hey, look, we're going to divide this and we're going to divide this. And that's what we have over here. All right. So how many wholes do we have? We have 2. The number of parts in each whole, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we'll go ahead and change that. So we have 6 right there. And then what is the total number of parts that we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 equal parts. So right here would be the 12. But we can even take a closer look at it and say when we went from 3 to 6, we got larger. Okay, so we multiplied. 3 times what number gives me 6? That's 2. So 6 times 2 gives me 12. All right. Which, if you look at this also, when we put the arrow or the lines in here, we actually doubled the amount of squares that there were, or shapes. We doubled it, but we didn't change the size of each of those. Okay? Okay. Let's go ahead and pause, get ready to take a look at the show and share, and we'll check your answers out here in a little bit. Don't worry about um, having to come back and use this model. Sometimes that is the best one to use. So good luck, and then hit play when you're ready to get your answers checked. All right, let's see how you did here on the show and share. Each shape is one whole. Use the model to find the equivalent fraction. So if we had 1/4, 2/4, that is the same as 1/2. We could also ask ourselves, when we went from 4 to 2, did we get bigger or smaller? We got smaller. So 4 divided by what number gives me 2? That's 2. So up here, I need to divide by the same number. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. Each shape is one whole. Shade the model to find the equivalent fraction. Okay, so we have 2 pieces colored in right there. So we'll go ahead and go 1, 2. All right. Even though it looks like 4, see that's 1 right there, which is the same as this right here. And then here is another one right here. So we'll go ahead and get that shaded in. Here we go. And we are able to see 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, from 4 to 8, we got larger. So 4 times what number gives me 8? That's 2. So 4 times 2. And then we would do the same thing up here. 2 times 2 is going to give me 4. All right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of them are colored in, which means, let's see if I can't do this right here. Make this halfway neat. Hey, there you go. We'll get that one filled in. We'll do blue again. All right. So we have those filled in also. And how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces. All right. And again, we're from here to here. We got smaller, 6 to 3, so we're going to divide. So 6 divided by what number gives me 3? That's 2. So up here, we would need to divide the same thing. 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. Andy swam 8/8 miles in a race. Use the number line to find a fraction that is equivalent to 8 over 8. Well, here's what we need to know. 8 over 8 is equal to 1. All right, any number over itself is equal to 1. So here's 8/8, okay? And that's going to be 4/4. But really, it could be any number. I mean, how was the race divided up? Maybe the race is divided up into halves. Okay, the first half and the second half. Well, if he finished the whole race, it would be 2 over 2. Let's say the race is divided into 16 different segments, and he finished the whole race. That would be 16. How about this one? Let's say that it is divided into x. We don't know what x is. X is a variable. All right? But we know that he finished the whole race, so it would be x over x. So any number or variable over itself is equal to 1. So there's a little bit of tidbit information there for you. Good luck on your assignment. Change what needs changing, keep what needs keeping, and I know you'll do your personal best. Good luck.